Good morning, good morning, no, good afternoon.
Hi, Antonio. How are you? Are you reading me? Hearing me?
I am not hearing. Oh, I'm not hearing because.
Okay.
Oh, of course. As I have connected. Sorry.
Right.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. And you're fine after the holidays?
Yes, and you?
Yeah, I'm fine. Thank you.
New year, new approach, new challenges.
Yeah.
Everything is new and everything is old somehow.
Yeah. There's we'll have to look for a fresh new start with some things, but yeah, hopefully it will be a good year. Better than 2022 when it comes to many things, but yeah, always positive when the year starts.
Let's hope for this new year to bring some new things also, but good things, good, just for good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And welcome, Paulo.
Thank you.
And I see that we have Jacek here as well. I think that we'll have a couple of minutes on waiting in the participants, and that it might be even a few minutes after 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock our time. I know it's in Portugal. It's 2, isn't it? Yeah.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. So there will be more participants joining, I think. So we'll wait for a couple of minutes, but last time we were about 30 or even more at that time. So hello, Radoslav.
Hello. Sorry for being late.
No, you're not late.
Not late.
Okay.
It's not the hour yet, so
Okay.
no problem.
Hello.
Hello.
So,
Just waiting for the numbers to tick up with more and more participants joining us. But it's so say that we will have a minute or two before we start up the meeting. Yeah, we'll see some of the colleagues from University West as well, Christian and Natalia, and we got other ones joining here shortly as well. I think I'm speaking to a few of us. So how about you, Antonio? What's the weather like in Braganza at the moment? Is it cold, rainy?
No, it's not so cold as usual. It's not as rainy as usual, so it's a north time. It's not raining right now, but it appears like so, and we are having an experience of near apocalyptic climate weather peaks here in Portugal. So last week we had lots of rain in some parts of territory. So we are waiting for the, I don't know, locust avalanche or something apocalyptic and biblical because it's really, really odd. Yesterday it was warm. Today, well, I hope that in your countries weather is more like it used to be. I'm not sure if it happens like this in your countries.
We get a lot of rain, and then suddenly becomes a little bit chilly, and we get snow. But at the moment, all the snow is that we got quite a lot of snow last week or the week before. I can't say, but but it's all melting down and raining away. But it's it's normal these days of having weather like that here now. So it's we don't get those harsh winters with long, cold, snowy winters that we used to anymore. But I think it's for local time. For me, it's 3 minutes past the hour. So I think that we actually will try to start up this and see if there's more and others joining in as well. But to begin with, I would like to thank you all for joining this seminar on in this TIG seminar, Thematic Interest Groups for the STARS EU Alliance. It's the second one out of 7. And there's a novelty this time, and I would like to start with that, and that is that we are trying to record this as well, because there are many people that's asked about that they can't attend on the meetings when the seminar is given, and would like to see the information and the discussions afterwards. So the first thing that I need to ask you is that is okay for you that you will it could be that your name and your face, the video, or your participation, if you ask questions or present, will be at this video that is recorded. And you must, if you're not okay with that, you need to say so or send in the information to me, or leave the meeting, because you could be identified, and you need to prove that you are participating in this video. But I hope that it's okay for everyone. Otherwise, you need to say so now. Okay, I don't see any direct messages on that it's not okay or anything. So I'll continue with this seminar then. This, as I said, there could be that some of you didn't participate in the first one, so I'll just give a brief introduction of the setup of the format. So I'll just show you a few slides on what this TIG seminars is about, and the information for that. So I'll just start a couple of slides in the presentation for you. So, do you see my slide now on your screens? Okay.
Yes.
Good, good. As I said, this is the second one out of 7, because that we in the STARS EU Alliance at present have 7 different thematic interest groups, which are the groups of that we dig into and jointly work on the tasks to solve for the future, which are groups for knowledge creation and knowledge sharing on specific topics. And we will try to have one seminar for each TIG, where we discuss the progress of the TIG, the content, and which kind of obstacles or which kind of support is needed for the TIGs and so on. The format is that we have an hour meeting with the possibility present, and in this time it will be Antonio from IPB in Braganza as the coordinator for the TIG that will present a little bit and perhaps be assisted of some of his friends and colleagues in the TIG, I don't know. And that could be up to 45 minutes. And in the end, that we will try to have the possibility of questions or remarks or some kind of advice or things that to think of, because we will try to support and knowledge share the TIG between the different TIGs and the different parts of the Stars UU Alliance. The format or the very brief instruction received to the TIG is like you see on the slide. A little bit about the background and the participants in the TIGs, which kind of partners universities are participating and so on. And a little bit about the content of the TIG and activities that has already started or planned, or have there been seminars, have there been meetings, have there been initiatives, and so on. And a little bit about the relevance and interaction with others. Are you working with other TIGs? Are you working inside or outside of the alliance with the knowledge creation, knowledge sharing in different sense? And mostly and foremost will be the planned action and initiatives, where to go from here for the TIGs, which kind of things to do, what kinds of support needed, which kind of actions are in the first ones, which will be further upfront and so on. And some suggestions or questions in the end. And the starting order for the thematic seminars are following that. The first one was on the entrepreneurship TIG, and now it's for the arts and creative industries. And next one will be the energy transition TIG that will try to inform in this format, or which kind of other format that they would like to give or share. So having said that, are there any questions or any things that you want to add before I'll hand over the microphone and the scene for Antonio? Any things that you want to contribute? Okay, nothing that I'm aware of. I will be here all the time, and as I said in the beginning, this will be recorded. So if you are do not feel comfortable about that and don't want to be recorded, you need to either leave or inform us about that directly. But now, Antonio, I'm very curious to hear about. I met you in Braganza in November, and we met before as well, but and we had a very nice presentation at the museum in Braganza, and there's so many things. You were bubbling with enthusiasm and creativity, so I'm very much looking forward to hear about what are your plans for the arts and creative industry, and what are you doing at present. So please, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Gunnar. Good afternoon, all. In spite, some days have already been from the start of this year, have an excellent year of 2023. Well, let me see if I can share the presentation. If everything goes smoothly, I have a PDF, so I'm sure that this will. I'm not sure if this is going to work, but let's see if it. Okay, can you see the presentation? Okay.
Yes, we can.
Okay, one thing that I would like to ask you is I do not see all of you. If anything occurs, or if you have any question, or if you had wish to add some remark or make a comment, please do so. It's not needed to raise the hand because I do not see your hand, your little white yellow hand, nor your face. So please do interrupt if you see it is necessary or if you wish to add something. Okay. It is really a pleasure to be here and to have this talk about the thematic interest group of arts and creative industries. We are within the STARS-EU Alliance. We have started, however, our works with the previous consortium, but we have developed really from the start of the STARS-EU Alliance, and we are very happy to accompany to this growth that the STARS-EU Alliance has been registering. So it is really a pleasure to have a conversation with you to share what we have been doing, what are our goals, what are our objectives, what are our difficulties also, what have we been doing in some. So this is something that operates within the thematic interest group activity. And as in the previous TIG seminar from innovation, and we have had their experience, and somehow, and it have also happened in the previous meetings that we had before, we have various points of common and shared difficulties and also opportunities and also working processes. So this is a reflection that we make upon our activities, but also a conversation that we have between all of us. So first of all, what is arts and creative industries? What is really this big thing that we have in our hands? Okay, first of all, this is a painting from a local painter. She is called Graça Moraes. She was born in a small village here in the region, a very small and rural village, and she's today 24 years, so she's by some standards an old painter. But she constantly puzzles us by developing new work and puzzling new work. And in spite of being from a small village, a small rural village, she has managed to become a connection between local issues and global issues. This painting that we see of her, and some of you may have already seen this painting, is from 20 years ago. It is from a series related to the refugees drama that still 20 years ago, more years sadly from then, has been registering its sad data of people dying, of people moving from one place into another place. And so this work of art, this painting that addresses this global issue that is the drama of the refugees, sadly now in 2023, that we have within our hands a war going on in Europe, and also sadly other wars going on in different parts of the world. And in this big and vast and complex world, we are able to develop something that is at the same time precious, sensible, creative, opening new fields of expression, of thinking, of reflection, as every work of art is. It can be a painting, it can be a music, it can be a theater performance, it can be lots of creative fields operating within themselves or in connection. But every work of art has this capability of connecting our sensitivity, our aesthetics, but also our more complex and profound worries and structures that build us not just individually, but also collectively as a society. So
I have brought this painting of this mother with a dead child. This is a Pietà. From this painter that has had the ability to build this connection between rural settings from her background into the global issues that provide all the information that we have nowadays. And she's currently a global painter. She exhibits in Brazil, São Paulo, Japan, and all the places. So we have here just an example of one of the creative fields that we have within our thematic interest group. One example of building connections, building these fields of expression, but also fields of constructing ourselves and the society that we belong. So this is something that is very, very important and responsible for building comprehension and knowledge, because arts do not close by themselves. Arts, you may have a perfect work of art, perfect piece of music, but if you have that piece of music closed in a drawer, that perfect work of art doesn't work at all. So it's not perfect. It's just perfect, or it builds these connections by establishing connections with people, and it has the ability to build ever-evolving connections, ever-evolving readings, ever-evolving approaches to the works of art. And so, as these work of art, as an example, has this ability, also the other areas within the thematic interest group, as advertising, music, performing arts, publishing, but also games and video games, TV, and other fields of interest that have within their scope the possibility to develop creativity, to develop knowledge, and to develop a kind of materializing things that didn't work before. So this is something very important, because we are not just dealing with aesthetic feelings, people that look up in the air and say something beautiful, but closed within those words. We have to establish a very fair and very efficient connection with other fields of expertise. Otherwise, we operate within ourselves, and we have this responsibility for the other areas of the operation in which we operate. So this is the scope of the thematic interest group of arts and creative industries. So we have this is a diagram. This is the structure of our thematic interest group, but it's also the structure of our areas, our operating areas, because we are always puzzled, we are always wearing and putting in front of our processes a question mark. What is this? What is happening? What are we heading for? What do we mean? Something that is ever open into the readings and into the constructions that we operate. Otherwise, if we have just a final mark, just a small dot, it closes the process. But we have always an open process, so we have always a question mark in the end of everything that we do. Not that we have something unaccomplished or incomplete, but something that is open to new readings, to new constructions. This is an important structure of our operation. And also this exclamation mark, something that relates to Eureka, I have found something that relates to the creativity in field, something that relates to the creativity that operates really, that we find something that really has something different and something innovative, because arts and creative fields are really innovative. Otherwise, they are not arts nor creative fields. So let's move on. What have we been doing? Currently, we have within our group 13 partners and 6 countries operating within this thematic interest group. As I have said, we have started from the beginning, so this has been a very, very pleasant journey, pleasant in the sense of building a team together slowly but steadily. And this team, 13 partners from different backgrounds, from different areas of expertise, and we are able to establish interesting connections because all of we are different. In spite, some of we are from some similar or affinitive fields of operation of expertise, we are able to cooperate, to communicate, and to work together. So this has been a very good journey to build this team together steadily, but in a very good way. So we have experienced several ways of working together, from an online-based information exchange, messages, but we have in the end ended by these bi-weekly online meetings. We have had the experience of working together in the Groningen conference last May in 2022. It was a very, very good experience because nothing substitutes the contact that we have, the presence, the eye exchanging, the handshaking, or just by eating together lunch or having a drink. But and in Groningen we had that experience. But as we do not have that possibility to work as that way every time, we have online meetings. They are 1 hour and a half maximum, and the periodicity is from 2 weeks each meeting. So it has been very difficult to provide a common time for our meetings because it is really, really hard, as we are 13, to have common shared time slots. But we have managed to, with 1 or 2 losses, to manage to have the participation of all, even if not possible within the meetings afterwards with emails exchanges. So we have started our work, and the last members that joined the STARS-EU Alliance have not participated in this discussion. They have just conjoined this structure. We have started by defining what is our common ground, what is the way that we can have to establish something that connects us. And we have these 3 different aspects. We share the same values, the same societal values and challenges. So even we are from different backgrounds, even if we operate in different creative fields, these are common ground for all the institutions, for all the partners that work within the thematic interest group. We also believe, otherwise we wouldn't be in the STARS-EU Alliance, connecting institutions and communities. It is very important because the STARS-EU Alliance is built within the communities that build and that construct our institutions and that our institutions are part of. So we are very, very keen on connecting not just the institutions by themselves, not just by researching or the program training, but also the communities that are part of our countries, part of our regions. And so by the co-designing, so by involving everyone in co-designing and co-creating processes and products, okay. And also we have this common ground of fostering innovative formative processes, because all our ground of formation, our ground of expertise is for these innovative processes, because we do not know which way our creations are going. We do not know in the beginning what are we going to obtain in the end, but we know that some things are going to happen. Okay, and also I would like to ask you if possible to place the mix.
Maria or Alzina. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, and our vision. This is the common ground interests that connect us, but also this vision that we have is a shared vision, something that we aim to attain, not tomorrow, not after tomorrow, not just in 1 year, but something that we aim to obtain within the scope of this thematic interest group. First of all, partnerships in transdisciplinary fields. We feel the responsibility to work in transdisciplinary fields, not just for our own fields of interest, as we have in the second paragraph. Yes, we aim to foster partnerships in arts and creative industry fields, but first of all, in a transdisciplinary manner and in transdisciplinary fields. Otherwise, we lose this responsibility, this capability that we have to develop innovative, creative thinking and also creative materialization. We also aim to develop combined research, combined programs. Yes, we do have some programs in our site as master programs, but not for now, not for in the near future, because we have to have, as we are going to see briefly, we have to have more steady paces, more stages that we need to fulfill in order to achieve this vision, in order to materialize further this vision. We also need to nurture regional development. Our institutional development needs to be strongly connected with the regional development. Otherwise, we are not useful. We must be useful for our communities, our regions. Otherwise, we are just operating within our institutional level, and that doesn't work at all. And we need to build, this is something that sometimes we forget, we need to build good common places. We need to be happy and to work within good common places. We need to be comfortable. We need to be very, very good with where we work with and what we work with. And these, for this, we have some responsibility. We also wish to connect institutions, communities. This is a common ground, but we also have it as a vision and processes and products by co-designing and co-creating, and also to foster innovative processes in terms of promoting creative minds. Creative minds, it's not the same thing as artistic minds. Yes, there is art. Yes, there is creativity. All of we can be creative. All of we can and should be creative. Not all of we can be an artist, but it's another subject, another issue. So, our path. What have we been doing? Like in this image, we have been giving small, steady steps. And for these small, steady steps, we have, from the beginning, had an idea how to know each other, how to reach each other. Because we are 13 partners from 6 countries, but the STARS-EU Alliance is way bigger. So how to know each other and how to reach each other. We have the idea of building a database. This database will have 3 levels of information. The first one is an institutional level. Yes, we all have informations within our websites, and when the website of the STARS-EU Alliance is complete, we will have this overall information. But if we have some information regarding projects, processes, activities, programs that we have, and somehow that we are able to research and to obtain the results of this research within certain levels of information, it would be very good for connecting, to knowing, and to reaching each other. Second level information is regarding researchers and also teachers or technical staff. So this is an individual level of information that we should have possibility to reach this information. Which researchers have been doing research or activities within a certain scope of creativity field. We should have this information more easily than asking or trying to figure out or Googling these fields of information. And the third level of information within this database, it is regarding external partners. This is something important because we are not dealing just within the institutions, not just in a higher level, a structural level or an individual level. We are also addressing the community part, the community level of participation within our activities. So this database that started to be something that would bring us together, something that would bring us more knowledge between each other, it has, as I have understanding, it has been adopted by the steering committee, and somehow I think it is being thought as a structure to be applied in the whole STAR-Z Alliance. Nevertheless, this is something that we aim to pursue so that we have a structure to build this connection between all of us, a very strong, agile, and also versatile way of building this connection within all these three levels of information. A second part is that we have been doing is a research project, a mobilizing research project. And this has, at least for me, it's very difficult to read. Cultural context is in dialogue. So what we are aiming is to develop a research within the cultural contexts that all the institutions and each institution has and is part of. So we have three levels of intervention within this mobilizing project. The first one is a mapping part, something that we are going to build the research, that we are going to know what is happening, where is happening, when is happening, what has happened before. So in order that in the second level, we have the possibility to establish connections, and the third level, in order to make some networking and to intervene in the network based within these cultural contexts that we are part of and that we belong. So this is ongoing. We hope that in this year we are able to develop this mobilizing project. We are currently searching for the better funding calls so that this is a funded call, funded project, research project, mobilizing, involving all the partners within the STAR-Z Alliance. Furthermore, we are preparing a blended intensive program. It's called Unlocking Imagination, and it is meant for staff, just for staff, no students at all, just for teachers, researchers, technical staff. We are aiming this blended intensive program for not just only the arts and creative fields teachers or researchers, mainly for them, but we are opening this blended intensive program for all teachers and researchers that aim to unlock their imagination. This is constructed by online talks. The first part is built by online talks regarding different themes. Different people is going to be involved in this organization, and this is something that we have been very pressing, so that every institution within the Star Zero Alliance has the possibility to develop and to be part of the organizing part or committee or structure of this blended intensive program, because even we are the formal part, the part that is going to be formally responsible, but we have been very pressing so that everyone is involved. Everyone has the possibility to cooperate and to develop this blended intensive program. So we are going to have a creative residency here in Portugal from 8th to 12th of May, and of course you are all invited to come here to Braganza in this week. This is going to be the physical part. This blended intensive program is meant to understand concepts, fields, and purposes of creativity and imagination. So creativity and imagination is not something that is related to certain areas. We all have within ourselves creativity and imagination, but we sometimes in certain areas we do not know how to reach creativity, how to foster creativity, how to develop imagination within our fields of operation. So we will develop tools and processes to engage creativity and imagination from the personal experience from everyone. Everyone has a personal experience in these fields, into innovative fields. And we wish to develop collaborative and transdisciplinary skills, also communication and expression skills, and we are embracing the unexpected. We do not know what we are going to obtain in the end, but we know that something really interesting is going to happen as we are all in this creative process together. So we are also establishing further connections, not just within our scope of the areas that build the Thematic Interest Group of Arts and Creative Industries, but we are also looking forward into connecting other TIGs and other areas. So we are searching for common interests. As arousing in the last meetings that we had, and it was more visible in the Groningen conference in last May, and from then until now, we have evolved into a more perfect understanding of an area that builds strong connections and in which we are able to develop interesting activities of research and also of programs. And this is art and health. These two different fields, we are building a connection between art and health areas. Currently, we are in team building. We are finishing the team that is going to address this connection between art and health. And we aim in the 23rd of January at 10 o'clock, we are going to share some experiences that in each institution we have had, the highlights of our approaches within art and health connections, and so that we can define an approach that is going to build this connection within our TIG and other fields of expertise, other TIGs and other areas. We are also developing right now a peer-to-peer connections. This is something different from the processes that I have described before, because the other processes involve all of us, involve all the Star Zero Alliance institutions, all the partners from all Star Zero institutions. This is something different because this connects person to person. This is more closed, more direct connection, and it is meant to foster some creativity fields. And here we are aiming to get some connections between similar fields of expertise, such as painting, video, computer art, something that is more close together. Because within these connections, these peer-to-peer connections, we are afterwards aiming to foster these stronger and more broad-banded connections. So I think I am in time. I do not see anyone shouting at me. I think it's a good sign. Our challenges, what are our challenges? Okay, we were in our perfect day-to-day base, in an ever-changing world, life as always. What it was yesterday is not today or tomorrow, but suddenly something very, very small changed our world. So for the world that is ever changing, it changed even further, even for a way that we didn't expect. So this is something that always happens, not in this manner, not in this scale, but really we have had some bad experiences and also some interesting experiences, but we are in a never challenging world, and we know that we have to have a direction of work, a vision in order to accomplish what we aim. We know that the context perhaps, and sometimes it's not favorable, sometimes it's going to be really an obstacle, but if we do not have this goal, if we do not have this direction of work, it's going to be really, really hard. So we have this vision, we have this, this direction of work, we have this big and very good team that forms the thematic interest group. So I think these challenges are, first of all, the small ones that are the more important. The team formation, the team building, the team maintenance, the team application, the team construction of something that evolves, something that is feasible and materialized. These are the more important challenges, because every challenge is important, but we have to achieve these small steps in order to achieve the better, the higher, or the more important ones. So this is what we are aiming for right now, is from these small and steady steps to incorporate, to build this thematic interest group. So, but there are other challenges. The image that you see in the left, this planet Earth, this beautiful planet Earth, it's artificial intelligence generated. It doesn't exist. So, being these artificial intelligence issues that we evolve right now, that are going to be ever pressing, other societal changes that press our institutions and the knowledge and the higher education system, we are being pressed by ever-changing challenges, but nevertheless, we have to build ourselves. We have to build this alliance together and more closely in order to achieve our objectives. And now, for something completely different, as in another program we would hear, I would like, if possible, I will share this in the chat, the codes. I would like you to fill this form. Following the last seminar, this is an online voting or expression that I would like you to express or to share the challenges that you have. This is just simply two questions that I'm going to ask you. What are your challenges? The first question is that. Let me just see if I can share. I will try to reach the code so that I can share the code in the chat. Let me see. Nope. Okay. I think I have posted the code in the chat part. So if I don't know if you are still seeing the presentation. Are you still seeing the presentation? Yes, okay.
Yes, we are. Yeah, we are.
Okay, there is a QR code, so please be able to reach which part you wish so that you can participate. Let's have a little time, just 1-2 minutes. It's really simple. You have the possibility to write down some answers that you wish. What are your challenges?
Excuse me, could you please specify a little bit just is it with relation to this project, to
Your
my personal, my professional,
yes.
or
It can be, yes, it can be your professional, your personal, your institutional, your individual challenges. Please be free to write down whichever occurs to you when I say challenges. It's challenging.
so we are free to interpret the question. Yes.
Yes.
Do we have to limit our answers with just one word, or is it important just to be in line with this 25 symbols? Or
you are able to write down 5 answers, so
okay.
you may vary your answer in order to achieve the more accurate answer or answers that you wish.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. I will wait a little bit further so that all of you can answer. Later, I will share these results with all of you, because this is important, not just for this meeting, for the thematic interest group activities also, but also for the TIG seminars, so that we can share this knowledge. Okay, I will, if you have already achieved the connection, I will try to leave the presentation and to get into the, okay. And now I'm trying to reach. Here. Okay, are you able to see the results of these question?
Yes, we are. But
yes.
Could you please? Yeah, that's right. Make it a little bit larger to enlarge it.
Why don't you have a microscope?
No.
Okay, so even if some of you may still be responding, okay, I think it is visible that time is the more pressing challenge that we all have. I haven't yet answered because I was trying to connect, but time is the more important pressing question. Okay, we are going to the next question so that we have time enough for reasoning. Okay, may I
Krytyczną sytuację.
I will go.
Radoslav, could you please mute your microphone?
Bo tam jest kryterium czasowe. Jeszcze raz? Nie, człowieka. Ale potem jest. Sprawa jest taka, że on zaczął pracę 1 października.
Proszę wyłączyć
Formalnie 2023.
mikrofon. Po polsku mówię do kolegi. Proszę wyłączyć mikrofon.
Czy to miesięcznie robi?
Radek, wyłącz mikrofon!
Chyba w poprzednim roku, wtedy się nie w ogóle.
Okay, I will go to him. Okay?
Ale sytuacja była taka, że Osoba rzeczywiście złożyła
Okay, we have, I think you have already,
kiedy podpisał, to znaczy to przyklepała to kolegę, rada, to już ta osoba spełniała ten,
Okay.
to jest październik jednak.
you have, I think you have a second question.
To trzeba to zrobić,
Second
ale jeżeli
question?
nie ma to, to nawet ty, jakbym to wpisał, to później będziesz głosował, prawda? Więc
Yes, we do.
Okay, please do answer the second question.
What is it, the question?
And the question is regarding what are your creativity challenges?
The question is posted on the website, so refresh the website you were putting your answers in
Yes.
previously, and you'll see the question.
Thank you, Christian. It is in the same website. We have a second question. It's related to the creativity challenges that you have.
And
thank
how
you.
practical you want us to be while answering this question again.
As practical as you wish to answer. It can be a very conceptual answer, or a very practical answer. But feel free to answer as you wish. Okay.
Okay.
So again, 1-2 minutes for this answer. Okay, further 30 seconds. We are still. I'm finishing. Gunnar, please.
Yes.
We are finishing.
Okay. Yeah. You was some final words on the last mentee or.
Yes, we are just. I'm going to share just the results of the second question. Okay.
Yes.
And oddly or not oddly, time is also the most pressing answer that you have posted here. So I will stop sharing, and I will, in the end, I will share with you, perhaps not in this meeting, but afterwards, I will share with you the results of these two questions. But I think something that is open to discussion is really time. I think that in the work of this thematic interest group, we are achieving different aspects of our objectives. But time is something very, very pressing. The different aspects of time, as the time slot for our meetings, the time slot for developing common work. It's not something that is impossible, but it's something that requires actively that all of us, all the participants, have this connection and to achieve these different obstacles. So I agree with you. I haven't seen all the answers, but really time is something very pressing, and it is not just an obstacle sometimes, but a challenge to overcome. And
could I just say, I think also something that is up and coming, and something that will really challenge the creative industries is AI, and the way it sort of tries to create creative works. And you can have a discussion of whether it succeeds or not, but with these new image creating AI engines like Midway and all that, where people can create something that is sort of in different artists' style, and with Midway have admitted to that they have sort of without permission from different artists all over the world stolen their art and you can now copy their algorithms. So I think that's something as well for creative industries to discuss and know how to relate to.
Yes, and not just in creativity fields, but in the last times that we have received heavier and more complex and more efficient software that is dealing with creativity related issues. So yes, this is something very pressing. That's why I have put the Earth, the planet Earth image, but it's not a planet Earth, it's something AI generated. So it's not a planet Earth, it's something related, something an image for, but it's something to reflect upon. And because every field, not just of creative fields, but also the higher education system is under certain stress. It will require ourselves to reflect, to work upon, and to change our ways of operation, but also I think, to evolve better as a society. Because if we can achieve some things, okay, we can develop other things. We can dedicate ourselves into other things, perhaps even better than just mechanical or something that relates to the more easy part that software can provide. This is an ongoing discussion, and in the TIG we are having this discussion. So feel free to be present. Our next meeting will be at the 23rd of January at 10 o'clock Central European time, so 9 o'clock in Portugal, and in other latitudes differently. But you are all free to join us, and I think we are ending, but I think we have still time for, I think, a question or commentary or something. Gunnar, have we still?
Yeah, okay. Sure. We have some time, I think.
2 minutes.
First of all, Antonio, thank you very much for a very nice and informative presentation, and very good presentation of the TIG and the work, what's going on. I was most impressed by the common ground and the vision that you stated, and also. But before I'll have some questions, perhaps, are there any others? Feel free to ask questions to Antonio and to others within the TIGs. I will try to moderate. Raise your hand, or feel free to take the microphone if you have any comment or question for Antonio or somebody else. Okay, but then I start up. I was thrilled by you picking up the Menti on what kind of what's needed, what's the limitation, the time. Very much about the resources, the time, the effort, how to be creative. You need time. You just couldn't sit down and produce. I was thinking about that in comparison of the TIG. You're 13 people within several different universities in different regions, different contexts. What kind of how do you? I see that you explained that you would try to make this step by step, but which kind of steps or which kind of obstacles to address first? Which kind of, what do you think is the most important? Is it time, or could it be are there more than others to address, to develop the TIG and the context between the TIG and the other TIGs and the society and regions?
Okay, thank you for the question. The time is really a very pressing issue. We have dealt with different variations of time. As we talked in last November here in Portugal, we have different approaches within our institutions, within the STARS-U Alliance, regarding time allocated to each researcher and each teacher. So some of us have a specific time for these research or these connections or this alliance within their own timetables. Some of us have more informal approach, so that we are able to develop not just in a specific time, but it all resumes into one thing, either individually or institutionally. Time is something that we use as long as we see that it is needed and that we are enjoying ourselves. Something related to things that need to be done, and in this level is an institutional level, because we have to have in the rectorates and the directorships and the boards something that needs to be addressed as something pressing, something that we need to have time to develop, and also in an individual level, because if we see something going on, something that is demanding for us, something that we are keen on developing and to be part of, we always rearrange our time in order to participate. We have to, otherwise it wouldn't be possible to live. So this is something that operates within the institutional level, something that is above us, or something that is all around us, something that is strategic, something that is cooperating between the Star Zero Alliance institutions, but also in an individual level. And small steps, as I have said, we are having the possibility to, within the difficulties that every one of us have, to develop some common time, to develop some common work, and to address these time issues into ever evolving activities. So I think time is pressing, but not is the ultimate issue. It's something that operates, that's something that presses, but not something that is not overweighting us. I think Anna has a question.
Yes, hello, Hanka Poremska, Faculty of Architecture,
Hello.
Krakow University of Technology. Sorry for keeping the webcam off for the most of our meeting. It was for the sake of efficiency of the connection. At bottom of what you said, time is definitely a challenge, the one that we are unlikely able to tackle within our initiative, especially at its initial state. My question is there anything that other TIGs can do in order to help you tackle with your challenges, which may be, of course, similar to ours? But is there anything practical, anything doable that we can discuss or consider between today and our next meeting? Because, well, I absolutely loved your presentation. There is nothing I would make myself differently, or anything that I would say myself differently. But it's for obvious reasons, they're very much general. It's very much declarative. We all more or less do the same. We all are here to change the world for the better. But is there anything that we can actually start doing in order to make this project running?
Okay, thank you. I think there are lots of things, but I'm very direct. I still do not know which are the activities being developed in the other TIGs. So these seminars are really important in order to achieve this communication, this understanding, these possibilities to work together. So for now, just for the theme or the name of the TIGs, that we know which fields do they operate. So perhaps in the next seminars, it will be clearer for all of us to know which points can we work together, how can we establish further connections. And we are, from the time being, we are developing a different approach, a different line of development of activities, that is the health and art connection. And so who wishes to join us is welcome. We are still in the beginning, so in the next meeting we will share the highlights of our research and the highlights of our projects that have been developing in these fields. but I think there are other fields of connection. But as we all said, time is pressing. So if we cannot expand into ever expanding fields, otherwise we may not be able to tackle with the materialization or the finishing of the process that we have started. So perhaps in the near future, with the understanding, the better understanding of all the TIGs, and with these seminars, it's really a very good manner to achieve this understanding. We can have a better connection and to develop common work. But thank you for this question, but I will be very attentive to the next TIG seminars in order to understand what is going on and how can we establish connections. However, as we are 13 by now, but I'm sure that our number is going to further evolve, we are ever in connection with each other. So not just in this manner of seminars, but perhaps by our partners, we can achieve this connection with other TIGs and other areas. Okay, thank you.
And if I could comment on that as well, Anna, this series of seminars is a try from our side, from the Challenge Lab side, to actually get this understanding, to learn about each other, because there are interconnections definitely between entrepreneurship and digital, entrepreneurship and creative, the energy and healthy aging, and there's a lot of different, and we will try to find which and where we could find the interconnections, the joint possibilities, and the bridges between different TIGs and areas. So we are on a learning path together, I believe, and we're just embarking that one, and we have now had the second one of the series. Next one will be on February 7th at the same time in the afternoon, when energy transition will try to have an information about the status and the content of that TIG, and how we could perhaps see possibilities when it comes to entrepreneurship or digital or things like that, and perhaps even arts and creative industry in that one. We're on the learning path also, that we are more and more participants within the Stars EU Alliance and in the different TIGs, and we're trying to learn each other's specialities and knowledge and base. So, but I think that we need to round up based on the time frame that we have set for this seminar this time. But thank you all for participating, and thank you not least once again, Antonio, for the presentation. Very nice, very informative. And as I said in the beginning, this will be recorded, a possibility to look into for those who didn't attend. And we'll have a next one on February 7th at the same time in the afternoon, when energy transition will have a presentation. So thank you all, and have a nice afternoon, and see you soon, I hope.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye to all of you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Ok. Acho que já posso falar contigo, António Meireles, mesmo assim, tiveste tão bem.
Eu já telefono, senão o
Gunnar fica perturbado.
Otherwise, Gunnar will be attached to our conversation. I will call Augusta.
Yes, I'm so sorry, sir.
Thank you.
No problem. I do not speak Portuguese yet.
Yes, but I think you are going to try to start and speak Portuguese. Who knows?
Who knows? Perhaps.
Yes, who knows? Well, Happy New Year to you, sir. Bye.
Thank you.
Thank you very much for.
Thank you.
Bye.
See you.